Hey everyone, so Trump came out with one of his worst tweets yet, in my opinion. In this childish tweet, he uses unnecessarily escalating language with far too much bravado, comparing US nuclear capability with North Korea's. This tweet serves absolutely no purpose and will accomplish nothing except ratchet up tensions, the exact thing we do not need to be doing with North Korea. It's quite sad too, because Kim Jong-un had just made a speech in which he extends an offer to ease military tensions and to make an effort to create a more peaceful environment. Now that doesn't mean that Kim Jong-un should be trusted in this regard. Obviously his idea of peace is probably more in line with reunifying the Korean peninsula by force, with him at the helm of an even larger destitute and decaying country. But with that being said, we all know Kim Jong-un does not have the means to accomplish any long-term terror campaign. The North Korean regime would never last in an engagement with South Korea, Japan, and the US. So why would Trump act so carelessly and needlessly increase the tensions? This served only to embolden Kim Jong-un in his psychopathic rhetoric and propaganda against its perceived enemies. And sadly yet, if Kim Jong-un accuses Trump of saber-rattling, he would actually be correct now. You see, you want to make a person like Kim Jong-un have his words be as incompatible with reality as possible. But Trump is creating a situation in which the bravado coming from Kim Jong-un is not all that crazy, or at least a little less crazy than it was. It used to be that the North Korean regime would scream and yell about the US being their mortal enemy, and most people were left scratching their heads and asking why. Now, the reason was a domestic one. It was to whip up order in North Korea and quell unrest. But now with Trump tweeting these chest-pumping threats, it's no longer such an incoherent stance that North Korea is taking. Anyway, I've said it before, what is needed is not empty bravado. What is needed is an information war with the North Korean regime. The more that North Korea can be penetrated by information about the outside world, the more unrest will occur, the more likely that freedom will be demanded and fought for by the North Korean people. And I suspect that if uprisings began, even most military members of the DPRK regime would be fighting against the government. After all, the most recent defections that have occurred from North Korea have been from military members. I do not think that morale and nationalism is at an all-time high in North Korea, to say the least. That being said, Trump has sadly shown in the most flagrant way that he has exceedingly dangerous childish tendencies when it comes to North Korea. Thanks, and that is all.